When it comes to space exploration, there is no secret that Russia has already made its mark. However, currently, in the aerospace industry, they are said to fall far behind considering the existence of Elon Musk's SpaceX. Watch this video to find out the truth behind why Elon Musk is said to be in danger after he threatened Vladimir Putin. Welcome to Elon Musk Era. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our upcoming videos about Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and more. Even though Russia is a significant player in space exploration, Elon Musk doesn't seem to be concerned, instead of focusing on his dream of colonizing Mars. Nonetheless, in this video, we'll discuss Elon's newest warning on Russia. During the second week of November, Russian military personnel tested a missile that left debris in orbit, about 500 kilometers or 310 miles above the surface of the planet that this test was conducted. A catastrophe could occur if the International Space Station collided with a docked rocket, and astronauts were advised to seek shelter inside their landed structures in the event of such an event. Meanwhile, a missile destroyed a Soviet satellite called Selena D-class that has orbited the Earth since 1982. In response, the US government deemed Moscow's activities dangerous and irresponsible. In rebuttal to the United States allegations, Russia pointed to the previous debris-producing anti-satellite weapon tests conducted by countries such as India, China, and the United States. However, others believe that the problem is more complex than just satellites exploding. According to The Verge on September 4, 2017, a statement by Russian President Vladimir Putin was published on Twitter. Putin says that the nation that leads in AI will be the ruler of the world. Where does Elon Musk stand with this towards Russia? He replied that same day with two words: "It begins." He then added that he has been warning about the dangers of AI robots for years. His recent tweet even suggested that artificial intelligence might lead to the Third World War. A Third World War may also be brewing due to artificial intelligence, according to him. He said, China, Russia, soon all countries with strong computer science, competition for AI superiority at national level is most likely the cause of World War III, in my opinion. Then, during this time, Roscosmos director Dmitry Rogozin claims that SpaceX Starlink program poses a security threat to Russia. And, as reported by Gazeta.ru, Rogozin said it was all about history for the special forces to move from continent to continent, but that such technology was not to enable man to fly across the ocean within minutes. Further, Elon Musk took years of scientific research and effort on the part of his team of elite space experts to announce that he will become the company that takes humans to Mars. As a result of the recent Soviet Union effort to launch the first nuclear spaceship, this effort may be less feasible. How likely is this to succeed? Neither Russia nor the US is going to concede that the old rivalry between them remains in the race to send the first humans to Mars. In 1959, on September 13th, the Luna 2 spaceships that carried the first human crewed mission has landed on the moon. And the Soviet Union had every reason to be proud. Most likely, they want the first person to land on Mars to be a Russian. Furthermore, they publicly announced that they are all out to defeat the United States, especially the tech millionaire, Elon Musk. In light of the success of many American companies, such as Blue Origin, Rocket Lab, and even SpaceX, the Russian authorities cannot remain aloof and have now wondered why Russia remains committed to beating the American companies in the march to Mars and the establishment of a lunar base. Having lost its threat status after the fall of the Soviet Union, Russia has undergone very mild scientific development. While they pose a threat to the US, they have once again stepped into the spotlight to gain traction. Possibly, they're simply nostalgic and don't want to see the United States beat them again. Or it could also just be that they're seeking financial benefits associated with being the first nation to go to Mars. It's well known that Mars is a land of prestige and honor, as well as being rich in resources. And this is in addition to the national pride felt there. It doesn't matter what their reasons are, they are determined to reach Mars and have created a detailed itinerary detailing how and when they plan to do it. What will end up being the question is whether Elon Musk will let Russia take the prize on which his company has been built. If you consider Elon's personality and his desire to achieve his goals, then absolutely no. Considering the threat posed by rockets powered by nuclear energy is crucial to fully understand the conflict. There is no doubt that if Russians are successful in building a nuclear-powered spaceship, they will have access to a powerful rocket capable of deep space exploration. While the craft may be smaller and easier to maneuver in space, it will be highly reliable because it can last for a longer period and will be able to withstand dark areas without sunlight. In the case of the Zeus reactor from Russia, its operation is expected to last for about 10 to 12 years. Moreover, it will be able to reach a lot more planets faster, and, contrary to popular belief, nuclear energy emits the least amount of greenhouse gases, and a few catastrophic accidents have over the years adversely affected the idea of nuclear power. During a recent interview, Musk admitted to this fact, and he also indicated nuclear plants today can be designed safely, provided they are fission-based rather than fusion-based. Conventionally, atomic reactors are built by nuclear fission. In addition, a neutron breaks the nucleus into small pieces, which results in energy being released. Yet it has some significant drawbacks. For instance, very few fuels and reactors are reliable, and very few are capable of withstanding extremely high temperatures. Due to its instability, enriched uranium has been prohibited as a space fuel by the United States. Because other fuel sources, like other nuclear fuels, are also useful for space travel. Does Russia have any plans to exceed SpaceX's achievements? The first move they made after the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991 was to establish an agency. It's called Roscosmos in Russia and is the US equivalent of NASA. A nuclear-powered space tug is scheduled to be sent to the ISS by Roscosmos. It is said that Zeus, an unmanned transport and energy module, would travel 50 months to Jupiter around 2030. Before Roscosmos launch, a nuclear-powered space tug named Nucleon was being designed by a company called Arsenal Design Bureau. It is expected to be completed and delivered by 2024 for a budget of $56.7 million. With a nuclear reactor, the space tug can weigh up to 22 tons and have the power output of 500 kilowatts. According to Alexander Blushenko, executive director of the Russian Academy of Sciences, has worked closely with the agency on science and long-term programs. While the payloads of the flights are being calculated, a Russian orbital space station is scheduled to launch by the end of the year, and it will be positioned under the south pole of the moon. Booking a space where we can house various electronic equipment for studying outer space is important, such as telescopes to monitor asteroid threats and the building of a space-themed testing ground. According to Blushenko, the tug will fly to the moon and then release a spacecraft that will fly to Venus. With all this in mind, one might ask why the United States and other countries have not previously used nuclear rockets. To be honest, nuclear-powered spaceships aren't a new concept, just that tests were cancelled at the time because it was veering off course and crash landing into the ocean. The sun, batteries, and radioactive isotopes have provided electricity to most spacecraft for history. As the Juno spacecraft is powered by solar panels, it is an example of solar-powered spacecraft. Nonetheless, the spaceship developed problems once it was farther away from the sun. As for hydrogen probes, lithium batteries are used, but they only last a short time. NASA's twin Voyagers and the Titan do use radioisotopes, although it's not as effective as a nuclear reactor. In contrast, SpaceX's rockets are fueled primarily by methane and oxygen. The company switched from using kerosene to hydrogen in 2017 instead of its traditional strategy. Further, methane will be the fuel of SpaceX's future rockets, according to SpaceX. Moreover, they expect to have the capability of charging rockets in space within the next few years. It is an easy assumption that soon, SpaceX will be able to travel anywhere in the universe since SpaceX's success seems so spontaneous. So, given all these facts, I guess the only thing we can do now is to wait and see how the tension between the two nations pushes us further and further into space exploration. While Russia's victory would be pretty impressive, the appetite for nuclear power is waning on the whole due to its history. By contrast, the Russian space program has not developed reusable rockets to the same extent as the US private sector. While there is competition, it is unlikely that Russia will catch up anytime soon. While the outlook for Russia may be grim, Elon Musk recently announced that he has plans to launch a long-term campaign to explore deep space by 2023. What's your opinion on Musk's response to Putin's claim that a person who leads AI would rule the world? I believe his two-word response shows that he is close to what Putin said. Will he be the first to colonize Mars and rule the world? That's all for this video about Elon Musk threatened Vladimir Putin. And thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on Elon Musk and his companies, make sure you click the subscribe and bell button.